Plague is a disease that affects humans and other mammals. It is caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis. Humans usually get plague after being bitten by a rodent flea that is carrying the plague bacterium or by handling an animal infected with plague. It is said that this pandemic wiped out 50 to 60% of the population of Europe, or an even higher proportion than the often cited one-third of Europeans lost to the disease. It was believed to start in China in 1334, spreading along the trade routes and reaching Europe in October 1347, when 12 ships from the Black Sea docked at the Sicilian port of Messina. Patients developed sudden onset of fever, headache, chills, and weakness, and one or more swollen, tender, and painful lymph nodes. There is said the three main causes of the spread of the plague that make it so deadly. First is the increased international trade. Since Europe at that time is the main capital of the international trade, having interactions with different people in the world gave them the path to spread the plague. Second is the rising urban populations. The capital being urbanized, population increases also increased the unsanitary places that develop the plague. Finally is the lack of medical knowledge. Being in that era where physicians relied on crude and unsophisticated techniques such as bloodletting and boil lancing, and superstitious practices such as burning aromatic herbs and bathing in rosewater or vinegar. These reasons and the lack of enough knowledge made the wool plague a mystery, and their only hope is to distance themselves in order to not get the disease. After the occurrence of the pandemic, an analysis of bones in London cemeteries from before and after the plague reveals that people had a lower risk of dying at any age after the first plague outbreak compared with before. In the centuries before the Black Plague, about 10% of people lived past 70. Centuries after, more than 20% of people lived past that age. Plague still exists in various parts of the world, popping up sporadically and followed actively by the World Health Organization and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Today, most people survive plague with rapid diagnosis and antibiotic treatment. Good sanitation practices and pest control minimize contact with infected fleas and rodents to help prevent plague pandemics. Thank you for watching and be safe everyone.